What's up, brother? What's up? What's up? What's up? Got my pack. I'm setting off on a 6-hour hike up to an alpine lake solo. It is about 8:40 p.m. Yes, sir. Fascinating, dude. So this is like obviously up here in Narvik, very much like an outdoors focused community. You know, the houses are stylish, but like smaller, I would say. And there seems to be just this reverence for the outdoors here. I had gone to get a number of items to prepare for this hike today, and there were so many outdoor sport stores to choose from. It's interesting to think about like what different cultures revere and what they value. Me and my buddy Jacob were talking about today, like there definitely exists that culture, especially out west in the United States. But yeah, dude, it's funny too. It's like there's not any. I haven't seen one pickup truck down here, even though it's a big outdoors place, or you could probably use 4-wheel drive. But even all the sedans on these places, the folks have trailer hitches, which I could assume is only, is probably for campers they might tow. We talked to this guy launching his boat in the fjord yesterday. So it's interesting, dude. It's kind of cool to see, But dude, they're actually blowing water off up there. I think there might be a hydroelectric dam up there where they generate some power. My friend Jacob drank some of the stream water higher up in elevation and didn't have any problems when he went on his hike yesterday. But I'm hoping we can pass up there. I think it's about 9:45 p.m. Beautiful, dude. Look how light it is over there. Love Norway, dude. It's crazy, dude. Like I was totally sleeping on this country. Although I will say, when you're in your young 20s, you're generally trying to go to the cheapest destinations. I think food here, and granted I'm in the far north in Norway, seems a little bit more expensive than it was in Stockholm. Almost like double the price, actually. But as my friend Jacob said, this is kind of a tourist town. But yeah, man, special place. Take y'all out here to this vista. My last vlog was on the coastline down by where that boat is. It's that little thing jutting out down there. Hard to believe there's like a huge naval battle here between the Germans and the British. I might have said that in my last vlog, but there's like a ton of sunken World War II ships out here that you can scuba dive on, so pretty cool, man. All right, dude, we'll keep it moving here. Looks like I'm not gonna be doing the hike, brother, all the way to the top. Although I do wonder where this one goes. Up the middle here, down this way. This says construction zone forbidden to enter. I wonder, brother. Let's see. Checking my phone. Alright, just talked to a cool local. He said this path that I was just on is gonna eventually turn back up toward the mountain. I mean, I'm feeling energized, dude. I think I'm gonna give it a shot. I mean, look at that beauty, dog. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot, see how we do. The battery in my phone kind of sucks now. I need to get one of those like portable chargers. I have 2 of them at home. Of course, I didn't bring them. But maybe I'll scoop one up for some time on the trip. They're so nice when you're traveling, dude. Like, you know, you might go long stretches without outlets. Messing with the plug adapters are kind of a pain. So great in airports, and then obviously great out in the wilderness as well if you're using your phone as your navigation device. Honestly, dude, like, I'd been spending a lot of money lately, so I was like, I don't know if I should be buying a camera right now, but this thing is dope because that I'm recording this on. If I was using my phone to vlog and, you know, navigate, I would put my phone battery in a pretty detrimental position. But I'm feeling good, dude. I feel the ankle a little bit, but, you know, we hanging in there, bro. Just take a gander, dude. The zoom is not too crazy on this camera here, but I'm a big fan of it, man. It's small. It's the DJI Action 5 Pro. Yes, sir. I'm wondering if this is like a ski trail, or maybe they just use it for snowmobiles in the winter. I think ski club means ski club. Sometimes I'm good with my Norwegian like that, brother. You know what I'm saying? But we've done 2.97 miles so far in just over an hour and 6 minutes. Lots of stops so far to figure out where I was going. But we'll check in again soon, brother. Man, it's like if in Lord of the Rings they had electricity. I think Jacob went up this one or this one yesterday. Look at that waterfall back there, brother. Wow. Honestly, don't know if I'm on the right trail, but this one is well marked, so we shall see. I think Google says about 39 minutes, and we'll be at the summit of where I'm going. Wow. Cool little vista, dude. We saw that waterfall earlier. I think we must be getting close, dude. Stand up on this rock here. Should have brought the boom arm for the camera. Incredible, brother. Increíble, hermano. Me encanta la naturaleza aquí. Damn, dude, I was getting close, and there's like this snow section. Some of y'all that hike a lot in the spring probably know. And the snow went straight down across the trail, and it's real slushy and icy because it's melting. It's probably about 50 degrees out here, you know what I'm saying? And I just got on like normal running shoes. They're not even trail runners, so they're not very grippy. And even the initial part that wasn't that sketchy because the snow ended on the trail, I was slipping a good bit. So I was like, dude, this is a pretty long section here that's like melting, and like there's no established foot tracks. I was like, brother, I am like removed in the wilderness right now. You know, I don't think I should do it, man. It was just like too much of a risk, too long. I know some of y'all probably clown me in the comments for that, brother, but you know what I'm saying? I'm no mountaineering wilderness expert. Perhaps if I had some shit like, I think they call them crampons or whatever, or even some like hiking poles to kind of jam in there for stability, I would be game, dude. Or even if I had somebody else with me, but you know, it would be stupid to kind of get hurt out here, you know, away from everybody in the middle of the night with so much of this trip to go and so much that I want to do, brother. So if I see another spur further down, I will try to get up there a different way. But yeah, man, I wasn't going to chance that snow crossing. All right, man. Man, I'm thinking a lot about something I ponder from time to time. I've gone on quite a few solo adventures, I would say, since I was probably for like the last 9 years, decade or so. At times I've shared adventures with friends, partners, but I'll tell you what, man, a lot of my adventures have been solo. And I think about that quote at the end of Into the Wild, where Chris McCandless says, you know, happiness is only real when shared. And I think of the book or the movie Into the Wild, and you know, Chris ends up sharing happiness with many people throughout the way. He's like the sugar beet farmer at one point, with that character played by Vince Vaughn. He's got like the scene with Slab City, and then he spends time with that older guy who lost his family. So like his adventure, I would say, as soon as he, you know, set out from his kind of traditional regimented, achievement-oriented American path, right? He shared the adventure with many people along the way. It was really only the tail end of getting to Alaska that he found himself isolated. And, you know, I think as he was kind of slowly dying and emaciated in the end, that brought out kind of a negative take on the tail end of his adventure. And I think as humans, we're ultimately, you know, very social creatures. So when we set off on a solo adventure, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to be alone. There might be great people, if you're open to it, that you meet along the way and connect with. That's actually my favorite part about solo travel, is the people from around the world that I connect with along the way, whether it be, you know, the local pointing me in the right direction of the trail or store that I want to go to, or perhaps, you know, somebody that I spend multiple days with. I've gone to hostels and ended up traveling with people for 3-4 days, maybe even a week at one point. Made some lifelong friends that way, man. So I think it's good to have goals and direction in life, but we can't be living life as a means to get to that particular end, because the wealth is in what happens along the way, you know? We've got this finite existence, and by the time you hit that final accomplishment, you're probably going to be like, okay, what's next? You know? Or you're going to be bummed for a little while because you're like, shoot, dude, like, what do I do now? You know, because you hadn't thought ahead about what you would do when you hit your goal, man. Let's see, man. I'm across this river, kind of focus in. There we are, back on Narvik, the town of Narvik. Beautiful, beautiful hike, man. Alright, y'all, it's almost 1 a.m. and I'm making my way just about, look how blue that sky is at 1 a.m. Oh my gosh. Anyway, man, I'm making my way back to the Airbnb. But last night when I was walking by here, these birds had beef with me, dog. They were dive bombing your boy. So I'm gonna hold the camera out here, dude, and hopefully they don't have beef with me tonight. Oh shit, they're alerting the buddies. Oh crap. The gang is not happy, dude. The gang is not happy with your boy. I think I'm gonna get dive bombed, dude. They're telling me, they're saying, oh shit, there it goes. Oh shit. Oh, yeah. Alright. Hopefully I didn't wake up the neighbors. Those birds do not like me. They're not as intense as they were last night, but we made it by, bro. Solid hike, solid night. We're gonna be making our way to the next destination tomorrow. Good night from Narvik, Norway.